Hi, and welcome to the Third Wheel Podcast Football Edition. By the first 2-3 minutes, you must have seen how professional we are. But I've got my friend online, and hey, Vijay, welcome.
Hey, Valley, what's up, bro? What's happening?
All good, man. You didn't change your name, so people must be
What?
wondering who is Vega. Your screen name is different from your name.
Mega, my wife's account, man. I think my friends already know. But good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Yeah,
What's
man. Same
happening?
here. All good, Matt. You know we've discussed this so many times. We're both football fans. We debate a lot personally, privately, and sometimes to the annoyance of a lot of people. So I said, why not put a video to that annoying faces and let more people get annoyed watching this?
Yeah, let more people get annoyed and then get more people to annoy many more other people. that
Yeah.
that's the only
For those who
plan.
don't
Yeah.
know, like I said, I'm Valence. It's Vijay. We are both passionate football followers. I support one of the best clubs in England. Uh, some people may have other opinions, but I
That is
think
why
you
you're
all
not
know by
even
now.
wearing your club's jersey.
I think by now you all know which club I'm talking about. There's only one club that comes to everyone's mind when you talk about the greatest club, something that's so classy. So I'm an Arsenal
He,
supporter.
he means from the
Uh,
bottom.
Unfortunately, I'm not wearing my Arsenal jersey, but it's in a it's been prepped for our game coming up, and we are playing a small team
Yeah.
this Sunday. Uh, and to talk a little bit more about that other small team, we've got Vijay. Vijay, you want to say something about your club?
Well, what do I say? I mean, well, your voice is chopping a little bit. I don't know if it's the internet, but yeah, I mean, we are the European champions, second European title in London, and no other team from London has the Champions League. I think so. That says everything. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been a Chelsea fan for more than 15 years, and yeah, we've also been through our own bad times, but things are looking really good, and I'm excited for Sunday, man. I think it's always a great game, Arsenal versus Chelsea. It can go either way, even though favorites are Chelsea, but you never know. Arsenal always turn up against uh, Chelsea at home, so let's see how it goes.
Just to add, if you want to know a little bit more about Vijay and how he started following Chelsea, we already have one podcast from a year ago. So you can check that out. It's in the same YouTube channel. But what we wanted to do with this show was talk about football. I know there are a lot of podcasts that talk about football already, but there's nothing happening from Goa, where it's like almost the second home of football in India at least. It's something that everyone grows up playing, and that's how we kind of fell in love with the game. Cricket's obviously a major craze, but football is something that everyone is passionate. And if you've, like Vijay and me, grown up in Goa, it's something that you cannot escape the football fever. Whether it's the World Cup, Euros, Copa America, even the Olympics, or whether it's the local match on the ground, everyone loves football, and that's what we're going to try and do on this show. Just to get things kicked off, talking about the Euros, it was a crazy experience. The Euros delayed by 1 year, but I think once the Euros were there, everyone was excited. Every everyone was just enjoying it. It was after a very very long hard year for everyone through the pandemic to kind of see the game and enjoy live football. Did you watch everything?
Yeah, I tried to watch most of the games because they were at night, so it was fitting well with my work schedule also. So I tried to watch most of the games, but it was so good to see crowds back, man. I mean, it was amazing. And I think I don't remember Budapest. It was, I think they had like full stadiums, man, and I think the other stadiums had like limited capacity. But I think in Budapest they were like crazy full stadium. So it was really good to see. Yeah, though I mean I'm a Spain supporter, you know that a lot of memes from few years ago popped up during Euros. But yeah, I think we were always going to be short. I mean, by we I mean Spain, always going to fall a little short of the quality of the other team. So Italy deserved it, man, thoroughly. I think from start till the end,
Yeah.
very well played.
I think it's a little funny. It's like it reminds me of even club football. When people think like just because you have the best players in the world means you have to take it home, but it's not
Yeah,
necessary. Even Germany was. I was quite surprised because I love German football, and I was quite surprised by their performance. But you said right, Italy performed consistently. I don't think they were the best team in terms of football they were playing, and they had their moments as well, but they were the most consistent team. They had a ideology, the way they were playing, their tactics work, and they stuck to their strength. And a lot of them came out as heroes at the end of it.
yeah.
Um, I like the banter between England and Italy. It's coming home. No, it's going to Rome. I,
And
I
and
found
and
that
also the hairstyle, you saw that Foden or someone said that if
Foden,
England
Phil
win the
Foden wanted them to all go blonde.
and who went blonde? Jorginho went blonde, and then Thiago Silva went blonde. This was after the Euros and after the Champions League. Though I mean, Champions League we won first, but after the Euros, it was madness, man. You're stuck. Let me just see if you can see her live. Hmm. You got stuck, Valley, and I think our live is not.
Bit messed up, but I'm back. Yeah, but that was a crazy experience, and but it kind of kicked off. I I feel like the rebirth of football, like after pandemic, the Euros, and then after that it was Copa America, and I think a lot of people's dreams came true
Yeah,
along with one very special man. Not just his dream of having an international title. I
probably.
think a lot of people around the world, even the ones who don't like him, I think would have said, I think it was well deserved, and who we are talking about.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I obviously I couldn't watch the games because of the time difference, but I watched every highlight, and
Yeah,
he was massive in every game, man. And yeah, I'm really happy that Messi has finally won an international. Though that should not be a criteria to like define his footballing career or whatever. But it's always good to have that. So happy
yeah.
for him.
I I think we've had this debate offline so many times, the Ronaldo versus Messi thing. But I think what is consistent, even what we agree is at times, is that these two guys are out of a different league. So no matter how much you debate,
You're
they're
stuck. You're
part of
stuck.
the thousands of footballers that are currently playing professionally. So irrespective of who you support, which end of the discussion you are, whether it's Ronaldo or whether it's Messi,
Yeah,
he's had what a month, man. Not just the
amazing.
Euros, but the drama after that.
Yeah. No, I lost you there a little bit. You were talking about Messi, then you spoke about somebody else.
No, I was saying, I was talking about the debate is always between
The
Ronaldo
two,
and
yeah,
Messi, but whoever you support, they are just two excellent footballers, man.
totally,
You
man,
cannot
totally.
really,
Yeah,
you cannot really compare them to the rest of the lot.
Yeah, you can't. And again, I know, I've always been fighting with everybody in the group and all that Messi is the best and this and that. I think both are really, really good, and eventually it comes down to who you like personally, you know. So
Yeah,
I have always been I mean, of course, Ronaldo is Ronaldo, but I've always been a Messi fan, and I'll always be. So I just hope one day I can meet him. We all hope we can meet our stars one day. So
yeah.
anyway, yeah,
What do you have to say about his exit from Barcelona?
shocker,
Such
man.
anticlimactic. I always thought that he would get one of the best send off in football ever witnessed. I never thought it would be so anticlimactic. Even though it was quite emotional seeing his press conference where he hardly spoke a word. But I don't know. What do you make of it, man?
Shocker, man. I was totally shocked, and I mean the thing is, I have not been following the FFP regulations and how much they are spending and all that, but that exit was something that I didn't expect at all. Just like you said it, you know, I thought that he's going to be at the club till the end of his career, and he wanted to. He has said it openly. He wanted to, but they couldn't work it out, and they had to let him go. And I don't know, it was just too sad. But like all things, you know, you have to move on in life, and I'm just excited to see him play for PSG. He's not in the squad for today's game. I saw the squad, but I think it'll take another couple of weeks for him to get back to his level, and then we'll probably see him in action with PSG.
But what a squad they have right now with the talent they've got in PSG. I think they've got their sixth signing just a couple of days ago. So they've got six new players coming into an already talented side.
Who is the sixth one? I know the five signings.
I really didn't follow the name of the guy, but I know they had I think another signing I think couple of days ago.
Okay.
So
I mean,
it's
you have Messi, you have Hakimi, you have Neymar, you have Mbappe. Your goalkeeper is said Donnarumma, and
yeah,
Wijnaldum you got. Again, I don't
Ramos.
really. Ramos, yeah. I mean, Ramos is almost done, but still, just that name, that presence is, you
Yeah.
know, sometimes
It's
intimidating.
also these characters, right?
Yeah,
Because they add that fighting spirit to it. Like,
obviously. No, it's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to keep a close watch on PSG this year. Follow their games. They won the last game 3-0, I think. But today they have a game. Hopefully, I'll try and catch it. Let's see how it goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think if we're going to be doing this podcast, there'll be a lot more football we will have to watch.
No, I mean
We just,
that's good, right? That's good, right? I mean, imagine the amount we'll learn, and we can discuss so much more in detail. So it's exciting, man. Okay. So before we forget, what was your reaction of the first match of the Premier League? I know, man. Arsenal lose, you go off the group, you don't see the messages, let it be out there, okay? You're gone underground for God knows how many days until Arsenal will say if Arsenal beat Chelsea on Sunday, you'll be the first guy to message in the group. That- that's the
oh
guy
man,
you are. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed watching the game, not because Arsenal lost, but Brentford, man. I never even heard about them. Apparently, they're in the Premier League after 74 years. And what a start, man. It was, I just got goosebumps watching the crowd, man. It was mad.
yeah, yeah. I think it was a very emotional one. Obviously, for everyone who's watching this or will ever watch this, I haven't been to a live game at the Emirates ever. So
Even I
it's
haven't.
very difficult for me to comment compared to people who live there and go to matches. But just over the last year, seeing empty stadiums, seeing the artificial those noises
Um,
created, eh, and seeing actual crowd people, like there were some people crying, and seeing Instagram stories, because I follow a lot of Arsenal fans in UK. It was so emotional just to see the ground packed, the whole things that's happening. Like you said, Brentford is the first time in the Premier League, obviously, because I mean, Premier League started in '92.
Ah, yeah.
Besides, before that, in the first division, it's been years that they've been there. But we played Brentford, in fact, in one of the cups in a more recent history, Arsenal, and we kind of trashed them easily at that point of time. But the Brentford from then and now is crazy because there's a lot of investment gone into Brentford, and there's a lot of talk about their recruitment and how they've been very smart in their recruitment, even though they've lost some really good players across the last couple of years to bigger teams. They've invested in a new club. It was their first match in a new club for the first time in the Premier League.
New ground,
Uh,
no? Yeah, the community
on a new
ground.
ground,
Yeah,
playing versus a club. No matter what you think about Arsenal, it's still a big
big.
club.
Yeah,
So imagine playing your first match at home in a new stadium in the Premier League, one of the best leagues in the world. And then you're playing Arsenal. And not only that, you go on and beat Arsenal 2-0. If I was a Brentford fan, I don't know what I would be doing that day because the way they celebrated is like they won the Euros or they won the
yeah.
World Cup that day,
No, it
and it
was.
showed
Yeah.
what it meant to them. But to answer your question, yeah, it was a horrible start. But it's not something that Arsenal fans are strangers to. If you go back the last 7 years, maybe, I think, if I can remember, almost every first match in the season we have lost. So it,
No, last season you won. I remember you won against Fulham 3-0. I remember I was following that game also because yours was the first
maybe,
game.
but I
You
remember
beat
there was
Fulham at
Liverpool.
Cottage
There was a
Carroll.
Liverpool, there was a Aston Villa, like 4-1 defeats in the first game. I was surprised that they only stopped at 2-0 in this one.
No,
But
Arsenal. I think towards the second half they did try to play well. Once Saka came on, it looked like there could
yeah,
be something that can happen. But I think that their spirits were just so high, or they were just the crowd support was just so good that you couldn't break Brentford, man. Amazing,
no,
amazing.
I think Brentford wanted it more than Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Arsenal looked like a championship side. They were very poor in what they were doing. I felt bad for Tierney because he just kept on shoot passing in front of the goal, and there was like nobody to
Nobody.
even
Yeah,
get to the end of it. So, and it was disappointing. But from a Premier League, from football, it was, I think, one of the most exciting
amazing.
start to the Premier League. What amazing football they were playing! It
It
was
was
next
indeed,
level football.
and crowds back after 1.5
Yeah,
years, so that was also another
yeah.
uh,
What about your first game? How was it?
good, man. I watched the whole game. I think we dominated from the start to the end, and
Yeah,
3-0 was, I think, yeah, a fair enough result. Yeah, Crystal Palace looked lost, man. And Alonso was, like pushing on the wings like he does, and even on the other side, Espilicueta. I think, yeah, we dominated, and it was an easy game. I didn't expect anything less than the 3-0, to be honest.
okay.
And because we are coming back of that form, right? The Euros, and I mean the Champions League, and then the Super Cup also. Though it went to penalties, I thought we played the first half really well, the Super Cup.
Yeah,
So yeah, the test starts this Sunday uh, against Arsenal, and then we play Liverpool. So back to back tough games. Even though
yeah.
Arsenal is not
I feel the Premier League is a little bit rigged in its scheduling because we play Chelsea and then we play Man City, and we've already had a Tottenham Man City, so they've kind of lined up a lot of the big clubs in the first few weeks, I think, just to regenerate that interest, maybe.
last year also. I think last year, yeah, Lampard was our coach. Yeah, last year our first game was against United. We lost 4-0. I think it was the first game week. I
Oh,
remember it was
okay.
at Old Trafford, and we lost 4-0, and that was, I don't think, a great start to our season. But then, yeah, we all know what happened. Lampard was sacked, and yeah. Anyway,
I
there's
think that was the best thing that happened to Chelsea is Lampard getting sacked.
in hindsight, yeah, man. I think it was a
Yeah,
brave. That's the thing, right? I mean, again, we can go on and on about this, but it's not only about having, money to buy players and buy coaches. You have to be able to make those brave decisions, man. When to bloody get rid of somebody, when to fire the coach, and I think Roman has been really good when it comes to that. Iron and fire policy, you may call it, but it's worked for us, and I hope we don't, have to do it very often. But yeah, that was a very ballsy decision, man, and it paid
Yeah.
off. So
I think what you said is right. It's not about just the money. It's about where you invest that money, how you invest that money, and making the right calls. And that brings me to our transfer window that's currently there. And I think it's not been one of the most exciting transfer windows. Besides a few players moving here and there, I think the biggest headline was Messi moving to PSG, but it wasn't like your typical transfer news. It was more like I'm out of a job, and then the next person takes you or gives you a job, and who wouldn't give Messi a job?
yeah,
But I'm saying other than that, I think the more exciting transfers were, I think Sancho to Manchester United, Lukaku to Chelsea, um, and I think
Grealish,
Varane to Man United again.
Grealish, you
Uh,
can't forget Grealish.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a record, man. Was he worth that much?
I can only read it this way. He has screwed up the transfer for Kane, dude. Kane must be
Yeah,
cursing Grealish every day of his life.
I swear, man.
Just yesterday, I read that City rejected, Spurs rejected 125 million bid for him. So
Wow.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but
That's,
yeah,
Spurs are some greedy buggers, man. They were one of the. Remember when Bale transferred? They were. I think they got one of the highest transfer fees at that point of time. They really made a lot of money out of Bale.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
hearing that. I wasn't really following transfers as much that time, but
Yeah,
from
I
what
think it
I've
was
read,
somewhere around 86 mil at that time, and that's pretty high
wow.
uh, for a guy who just plays golf. But
No, man. I think he
I
was.
think he's overrated, man.
See, the thing is, I really don't know how I never followed Real Madrid, so I really don't know how what was his contribution when he went to Madrid. But what I saw him last year, I was watching all the games, almost all the games. So when he came back for
Yeah,
Tottenham and he was playing, I thought he played really well. At least the games he started, he was really good, and especially the last game against Leicester, man, that turnaround was crazy. I think they scored 2 goals after he came. So if I can remember correctly. Um so I think he had an impact in the Tottenham team last year, but now again, obviously, he's off to Madrid. So I don't know.
cool, man. So before we wrap up, want to get your thoughts on your predictions for this year. Who's going to be in the top four?
Top
EPL.
four, top four. See, I'm hoping, I'm very positive for Chelsea to win the league this year with Lukaku. He's like the right signing for us. We've always needed that target striker like Drogba and Costa.
Yeah.
So Lukaku, I think, will play that role. I'm very sure, with Werner at the side and somebody else on the other side. So I think I'll go for Chelsea first, and City second, Liverpool third, and United fourth. That would be my
Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and
United
United. Oh, yeah, that's. I think
in that order.
I feel this time it's going to Manu is going to give a bit of a tough fight to Chelsea. I don't know where City are. Grealish is there, but the rest of the team they don't have a striker. So it depends if they do get a striker.
If
If
they
they
get
manage
Kane,
to put
if they get Kane, it's
Kane,
game over. Yeah,
then it's a different story altogether.
yeah.
Because they did quite a lot of their year. I mean, not to forget without Aguero because he was injured most of the time, and they still won the league.
They were
So
eight. They were eight that Christmas, man, last year.
yeah, and then they went what 20 games without a loss.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
What are your
I'm somewhere.
predictions before we wrap up here?
Yeah,
With
so
the way things are right now, assume that Kane is at Spurs.
if if I have to say, then I think I would go with Chelsea, United, City, Liverpool.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it, I think. But what we plan to do is be back here every week,
Yeah,
maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, talk about football. And we'll be here next week, next Friday,
yeah,
hopefully with a little less technical issues.
yeah.
But thanks, man. Thanks to Mega for providing the technical know how and getting us live streaming.
Yeah, no problem, man. Let's catch up again next week, and
Sure.
I think next week we'll have a lot more to talk about, and we'll spend a little more time because I think there were a lot of topics we didn't cover today. But this was
Yeah.
great, man. This was great. I'm
Yeah,
really
man.
looking forward to the season and being on chat
Yeah.
with you. At least this way, I'll
And
get to see you every week.
and thanks for being the only other live viewer besides me.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. All right.
All right, man. Take care and
You,
catch you next week, man. Thanks,
yeah, you have a
guys.
good weekend, bro, and let's wait
Yeah.
for Sunday. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And whoever watches this video, please like, share, subscribe. Tell us what you like, don't like. And if you want to be part of the show, get in touch with us and we can work something out.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye.